It's a fast-paced world for everyone these days, especially for families. And making meals fast is sometimes a requirement. Christopher Gigiel is with us today from the Beef Culinary Center, and he's going to tell us a little bit about a quick stir-fry recipe that works perfectly for busy families like ours. Is that right, Chris?
That's right. We have a sweet and sour beef stir-fry that was a State Beef Council-inspired recipe.
Outstanding.
So it's a pretty simple recipe, really straightforward. The first thing we're going to do is make a little sauce.
Yep.
So I have some sweet chili sauce here.
Okay.
Going to add that to this bowl.
Yeah. A couple of tablespoons or so, huh?
About a quarter cup.
Quarter cup. Yeah.
Add a little soy sauce to that.
Yeah. Perfect.
And a little bit of rice wine vinegar.
Oh, wow. That does it.
And that does it. We're just going to stir that up a little bit.
Okay.
We're going to let that sit there for a minute.
Right.
We have our vegetables here. We have some thinly sliced red bell pepper.
Okay.
And then also some snow peas that I sliced thinly as well.
I was wondering what those were.
Yeah, so I sliced them nice and thin because they cook really quickly that way. You can leave them whole. They're just going to take a little bit longer.
I love snow peas.
So I'm going to add those to this bowl here.
Yeah.
That and then the snow peas.
You bet.
And we're going to add a little bit of our sauce to that.
Oh, okay. Even before you cook it?
Even before we cook it, we're going to let them marinate a little bit.
Oh, okay.
Just like a tablespoon or two.
Yeah.
We're going to take this same fork here and just mix those up and let them sit there. While those are marinating, we have the top sirloin, which is the beef we'll be using in this recipe.
Gotcha.
It's a lean cut, so really good for those who are looking to watch their
weight, and you bet, yeah.
Watch their weight.
Sure.
So we want the nice thin strips and small pieces for this, so we're going to take our knife and cut this lengthwise.
Okay, sure.
Like this, kind of leave them together there.
All right.
And then get some nice thin strips here.
I see. So they'll cook quickly, I suppose, and...
Yep, so they'll cook really quickly. So just a few really thin strips right there. I did some of this earlier, so I'm going to add this beef to that.
Okay, that's perfect.
So before we add it to the frying pan, we're going to take this beef and add it to this bowl.
Okay. And in total, you know, if you're cooking for a family of 5, about how much beef would I want, you suppose?
A pound to a pound and a half.
Yep.
To the beef, we're going to add some cornstarch.
Okay.
And some ginger.
Oh, is that what that is?
Yep. Right. So either finely minced ginger, or if you want to save some time in the fresh herb section in a grocery store, you can find some ginger paste already done for you.
Perfect.
And add that to that.
Gotcha. And then is this just going to make our browning or breading, or what is this doing
So this does a few things. One of them is for flavor. Ginger and onions and garlic are all kind of in this aromatic family, so it adds a lot of flavor. The cornstarch adds to the browning and the flavor development, and also helps to keep the beef nice and tender.
Oh, excellent.
So we're just going to mix that up and get it all coated real nice.
Interesting.
And then we have a frying pan over here, which I started heating already, so it'd be nice and hot for us.
Sure.
Just going to add a little bit of vegetable oil to that.
All right.
Just a tablespoon or so.
Right, because this, again, is very lean.
Very lean, so just enough so it doesn't stick and to add some browning. So we're going to take part of this meat and add it to our frying pan here. Okay. It's really important when you're doing stir fry to do small batches.
Oh, really?
You can see here that I'm not covering the entire bottom of the frying pan, but I really want to spread out the meat here. That helps to brown it. If you add too much of it at one time, you wind up steaming the beef, and you wind up with this gray beef and not the nice brown color and flavor that develops.
I got you. So you're going to just do this in like several batches?
Several batches. So you'd brown this, and then once it's brown on kind of both sides there, you can see it doesn't take but a minute to get nice and brown.
Exactly.
You would then take that out and add your next batch to it onto.
I see.
And then once it's all brown, you can kind of add it all back to the pan.
I see.
So this is pretty much there.
That's outstanding. And then you're going to, do you add the rest of your sauce too, or?
Yep, so at this point, with the rest of the beef, you would add your sauce.
Yep. Very good.
And your vegetables to that.
Look at that. That's smelling and sounding great.
And then you can just serve that over ramen noodles, or if you're doing the gluten-free thing or don't like noodles, you can always serve it over rice. They have those already cooked basmati and different rices in the stores.
Outstanding, and this is our finished product. Looks absolutely delicious, and that's smelling great, by the way.
Well, thanks.
Thanks so much for bringing this recipe.
Thanks for having us.
You bet. For this and other great beef recipes, visit the website beefitswhatsfordinner.com. Or you can check them out and see video replays on our website. That's cattlemantocattleman.org.